Today, we are going on an absolutely whirlwind tour through 4.5 billion years of chaos, creation, and, well, cataclysm. We're going to cover the entire story of our home planet, from its violent, fiery birth all the way to the pretty precarious moment we find ourselves in today. Okay, let's just dive right in. To really understand our planet, you first have to appreciate one simple fact. It's a survivor. Seriously. Over the eons, it's been pummeled by asteroids, crashed into by other planets, frozen over from pole to pole, and ruled by all sorts of incredible life forms. Its story is one of pure resilience against some pretty staggering cosmic odds. So, our journey is basically an epic story in 6 acts. We'll start at the very beginning, when the planet was born, then see how life literally terraformed the globe. We'll watch the dance of supercontinents, meet the dinosaurs, of course, track our own rise, and then finally take a look at the chapter that we are writing right now. All right, Act 1, a planet is born. We're going back, way back, 4.5 billion years, to a time before Earth was even Earth, when our solar system was just this giant, swirling cloud of interstellar gas and dust. So it all happened in this series of just magnificent steps. First, that massive cloud collapses under its own gravity, getting hotter and denser until, boom, our sun ignites. And in that spinning disk of leftover stuff, rocky material started clumping together, forming the planets. And this young Earth, it was a volcanic nightmare, just spewing out gases that created its very first and very, very toxic atmosphere. Now, the young Earth was under constant attack from asteroids and comets. But its most dramatic encounter, well, that was still on the horizon. A truly violent collision was coming, one that would change our planet forever. And this just shows you the sheer chaos of the early solar system. A planet about the size of Mars, which scientists have named Theia, slammed right into Earth. The impact was so huge, it blasted massive chunks of our planet out into orbit. And then gravity did its thing, pulling all that debris together to form our moon. And that wasn't just for looks. Our large moon actually stabilizes Earth's wobble, which is what gives us our predictable seasons and the stable climate that let complex life happen. So after all that fiery chaos, guess what came next? Water. About 3.8 billion years ago, the planet finally started to cool down. All the water that had been just steam in the atmosphere condensed, and it rained, and it rained, and it just kept raining, turning our planet into a true water world. It created the perfect stage for life to finally begin. And that brings us to Act 2. Life changes everything. The stage was set, the oceans were there, but the planet was still totally alien. Once life showed up, it didn't just live on this world. It began to fundamentally remake it from the ground up. Now, what's really wild when you look at this is the sheer timescale involved. The first tiny organisms pop up 3.7 billion years ago. But then it took over 1 billion more years for the next huge step, cyanobacteria, which started to photosynthesize. And get this, they pumped out oxygen as a waste product, which filled the atmosphere, dropped the carbon dioxide levels, and actually plunged the entire planet into its first major ice age. So here's the crucial point. Every single breath you take is a direct gift from these ancient microscopic little life forms. They didn't just survive here on Earth, they engineered it. They literally created a world where complex life, like you and me, could eventually exist. Okay, Act 3, the age of supercontinents. Well, life was busy transforming the atmosphere. The ground beneath its feet was also in constant motion, beginning this colossal dance of continents that would go on for billions of years. You see, Earth's crust wasn't just sitting still. Islands rose out of the oceans, they crashed together, and they formed the first supercontinent, Valbara. But that was just a preview. Over hundreds of millions of years, the landmasses came together again to form Rodinia, this barren, mountainous giant that basically dominated the whole globe. And as the continents were shifting around, life got weird and really complex. The Cambrian explosion was this unbelievable burst of evolution. All of a sudden, animals developed hard parts, things like shells and spines and exoskeletons. In fact, pretty much all the major animal body plans that exist today got their start in this one incredible evolutionary frenzy. But on this planet, creation is always balanced by destruction. A sudden climate shift caused the Ordovician-Silurian extinction, which was Earth's first really big die-off. The majority of marine life just vanished. It's a pretty stark reminder that even after billions of years, life's grip on this planet has always been fragile, you know? It's always been subject to these catastrophic resets that just completely change the rules of the game. Which brings us to Act 4, the Dinosaur Dynasty. This is probably the most famous chapter in Earth's history, right? It was defined by these creatures of unbelievable scale and a reign that lasted for an almost incomprehensible amount of time. But their dynasty was only possible because of the most devastating extinction event in history. It's called the Great Dying, and it was likely caused by massive volcanic eruptions that triggered runaway global warming. It wiped out about 90% of all species on the planet. It was a planetary reset that totally cleared the stage for the next group of animals to take over. And wow, what a group it was. For 150 million years, dinosaurs were the undisputed rulers. This era gave us Argentinosaurus, the biggest land animal ever, and of course, iconic predators like the T-Rex. And during their incredibly long reign, they literally watched the supercontinent Pangaea break apart, creating the continents and oceans we know today. But their rule came to a sudden, catastrophic end. An asteroid slammed into the planet, kicking up so much dust and debris that it blocked out the sun. The climate change that followed was just too fast and too severe. The dinosaurs died out, which opened the door for a new class of animals to finally have their moment, the mammals. And that leads us directly to Act 5, the rise of humanity. Compared to the dinosaurs' long, slow reign, our story is like a sudden, explosive sprint that has reshaped the entire planet in what is, geologically speaking, the blink of an eye. Our journey actually started pretty slowly. 6 million years ago, the earliest humans appeared. 4 million years ago, our ancestors started walking upright. Then came some huge innovations, tools, and then much later, mastering fire, which gave us warmth, protection, and cooked food. And then, just 10,000 years ago, the agricultural revolution let us settle down, build cities, and create everything we now call modern civilization. And think about the impact of that civilization. It took all of human history for our population to reach 1 billion people in 1804. We hit 2 billion just over a century later. And in less than 100 years since then, we've exploded to over 8 billion. This kind of exponential growth has completely changed our relationship with the planet. Which brings our 4.5 billion year story to its final act, our unwritten future. The story is no longer just about what the planet does to life, but about what one species is doing to the planet. And here is the crucial difference. The great extinctions of the past, they were caused by natural events. Asteroids, massive volcanoes, atmospheric changes happening over millions of years. Today, many scientists warn that we could be on the verge of another mass extinction. But this one is different. It's being driven by us. So, after billions of years of cosmic collisions, continental drift, and the rise and fall of countless species, the story of this planet has somehow been placed in our hands. The past is written. The future is not. The only question left is, what will our